Hello, good evening, listeners. I'm your host, Clip, the host of the Club House Sports Bar, coming to you live right here in Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys about the fact Knicks defeated the Wolves. By the way, that's best news yet. There, they beat them. I'll tell you. I'll tell you guys the Elimination Chamber results last night. I'll tell you guys about the fact that Knicks defeated the Wolves 103-99. I'll talk with you guys about the fact that Nets defeated the Clips, which is an absolutely huge game, by the way, 120-108. Raptors beating the Sixers 110-103. Pelicans beat the Celtics 120-115. A camper, something that people can't describe right now. A camper said something directly to Cam Newton, by the way. And you're gonna want to know what it is. I'll tell you guys about that for sure. And whether or not he's gonna get orders from the high school football team, I'll tell you who that is exactly. And whether or not if Cam Newton is gonna, make some decisions, which he will, by the way. And that's all there is to that. I'll tell you how that all went down. Tell you about the fact that Deion Sanders coaches Jackson State football team, by the way, after they took out Edward Waters 53-0, but it's I know, by the way, and they were located for sure. I'll tell you about that for sure. I'll tell you about the fact that Bucks defeated the Kings 128-115. JJ Watt. Brian Saunders was released as Wolves coach, by the way, and Chris Finch is replaced, by the way, to get you guys on that. A Mariners CEO steps away after making derogatory comments towards a Rotary Club. I'll tell you guys about that for sure. And that will be all there is I will have for that, ladies and gents. And also, the Governor Murphy's going to bring back fans, for the G-Men, Jets, and Devils games. I'll get you guys to that for sure and tell you what the capacity is. So that's all this out for today, ladies. First things first, ladies. I'm gonna start things off with the Elimination Chamber results. Morrison, he won a Fatal 4 match and gets a U.S. title opportunity. Bryan wins the Smackdown men's Elimination Chamber match. By the way, got Roman Reigns for Universal title. After that, turns out that Roman Reigns did retain the Universal title, by the way, to Bryan. And after that match, Edge speared Roman Reigns, and Edge made his final decision. It comes down to spear versus spear, WrestleMania 37 in Tampa Bay, where it will be Edge versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Spear versus spear, everybody. Spear versus spear. So that's in 2 months. That's 2 months from now, everybody. So once again, it will be Edge versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Spear versus spear at WrestleMania 37, the grandest stage of the mall, folks. That is surprising right there. So that's music to everybody's age, which in my ears it is. I can tell you that right now. Also, guys, Matt Riddle is the new U.S. champ. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retained the women's tag team titles. Although Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler got their hands full with the women's Dusty Cup winners, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, for the women's tag team titles, by the way, next month. So, big one right there. I can tell you that. Drew McIntyre retained the WWE title in the Elimination Chamber match. But after that match, Lashley attacked Drew McIntyre. And then what happens after that? Miz cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase yet again and walked out as a 2-time WWE champ. Now, Miz is the multi-time champ, Intercontinental champ, tag team champ, U.S. champ. So he's now a 2-time WWE champ, by the way. He can face anyone on Raw tonight or defend the WWE title at WrestleMania 37. It could be Drew McIntyre getting his rematch clause. Folks, find out, guys. You can find that out tonight on Monday Night Raw, guys. Also, guys, Fastlane pay-per-view will be on March 21st, guys. So once again, everybody, Fastlane will be on March. Now, Fastlane pay-per-view, guys, is next month, by the way. All right. Okay. All right. So someone tells me that Miz reign will end before WrestleMania. Yep. Could be now. I'll tell you this. It could be tonight on Monday Night Raw. I can tell you that. And I can tell you this: that Drew McIntyre making his rematch clause. It could happen tonight. Against Drew McIntyre. So I can tell you this right now, that Drew McIntyre will in fact evoke his now Drew McIntyre is going to evoke his rematch clause, but will he do so tonight against The Miz for the WWE title? And that is all there is. So yep. So yes, everybody. So Miz may lose that WWE title, and you make a great point, by the way, Eric Burrow, because Miz may lose his WWE title. Now he is a two-time WWE champ, by the way. It makes him a Grand Slam champ, by the way, if you will. Call it what you want, but he's done it all. So I would say that tonight you may see Drew McIntyre versus The Miz for the WWE title days before WrestleMania 37 in Tampa Bay area, guys. So I could say this right now, and you may be right, that Miz could in fact will likely lose the WWE title. It could be tonight, by the way. It won't, but I could tell you that Drew McIntyre is looking forward to get his rematch clause against The Miz. By the way, so what happened in Elimination Chamber last night. He may get some revenge on Lashley. Lashley faced Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, by the way. And even though the Miz cashed in yet again his Money to Make contract like he did in the past and walked out as a two-time WWE champ, that makes him multi-time champ. Call what you want, guys. But Drew McIntyre, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to evoke his rematch clause against The Miz. And it may happen tonight, guys. So fans, stay tuned on that. That's something you guys want to keep your eyes on. And honestly, I hope that happens tonight. It could be tonight. It could be next week. Or this. It may happen. Maybe all right. So maybe it may not be tonight. All right. It may happen. Like The Miz may defend the WWE title at Fastlane instead. Excuse me. And it could be against Drew McIntyre for the WWE title before the Fastlane to WrestleMania 37, which is 2 months away, guys. So everybody, stay tuned for what's going to happen tonight in the fallout from Elimination Chamber. Tune in tonight on Monday Night Raw. That is, everybody. Stay tuned on that. That will be all there is you need to know for the Elimination Chamber results. And Miz, you're right. Miz could lose that title very quickly. He may lose it tonight, or he may lose it at Fastlane. At Fastlane, by the way, before WrestleMania 37. You do make a valid point, by the way, guys. So that's pretty much you make a good explanation for that. So I could say, yeah. So you may see Drew McIntyre versus The Miz at Fastlane. Yeah, at Fastlane. Pay-per-view, by the way, I can tell you that much. So it is gonna be a real surprise what Miz is gonna say. it'll be very surprising what if Drew McIntyre. I mean, Drew McIntyre may probably get his rematch clause tonight, I guess, on Monday Night Raw, or maybe Drew McIntyre may get the Miz at Fastlane pay-per-view for the WWE title. So it may not be tonight on Raw. It may as well be at Fastlane next month, by the way, on the 21st. You catch Fastlane pay-per-view live on the WWE Network, everybody. So check your local listings, everybody. And that's all there is for that. So that is all there is. That is all there is you need to know for the Elimination Chamber results. Find out what's going to be for tonight on Monday Night Raw. And whether or not if the Miz is going to defend his WWE title against Drew McIntyre, the former two-time WWE champ, by the way. And it could happen at Fastlane. Or maybe at WrestleMania. So that's all there is you need to know, guys. So basically, Miz may not be heading to WrestleMania 37, maybe not as champ, but if he loses it at Fastlane, well, that's all there is for that. So that could happen, whether it's going to be tonight or the Fastlane pay-per-view, guys. So let me know in the comment section how you can react to that. So be sure to catch the Fastlane pay-per-view on the 21st of March, streaming live on the WWE Network, everybody. So check out the listings, everybody. Be sure to check in for that, which is free for new subscribers, folks. So check that out right now, guys. And that's all the best news there is. So check it out right there. Also, guys, another news I want to address here, that the Knicks have taken out the Wolves, guys. 103 to 99. Where Orange Julius Randle scored 25 points, had 11 rebounds, had 4 assists. 14 rebounds and 4 assists. RJ Barrett scored 21 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, steal, and a block. Alec Burks has scored 13 points and 6 rebounds. Elfrid Payton has scored 11 points, 1 rebound, and 7 assists. Nerlens Noel has scored 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Reggie Bullock scored 10 points and 2 rebounds. Cat has scored 27 points, 15 rebounds. 27 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Ricky Rubio scored 18 points, 6 assists, and 1 steal. Anthony Edwards scored 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So the Knicks, they're looking pretty good right now. And they're second place in the Eastern Conference, everybody. So that's the best news yet there. So hopefully they can win some games. So looking forward to that. Also, Nets defeat the Clips in an instant classic, guys. So 120 to a championship matchup, but I don't see Nets or the Clips face off against each other in the NBA Finals, which I don't see. I can see Nets and the Lakers take that out. So Nets defeat the Clips 120-108, guys. James Harden scored 37 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Kyrie Irving has scored 28 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. DeAndre Jordan has scored 13 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 4 blocks. Joe Harris has scored 13 points, 2 rebounds, and assists, 1 steal. PG, who sat out last minute of the game, has scored 34 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Bloody Killer Kawhi Leonard scored 29 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Look, guys, the Nets right now have been on a 6-game win streak. Zingis, Tim Hardaway Jr., and the Mavs on Saturday, guys. So the Nets right now, they don't disappoint, because the Nets are for real this time, everybody. They're for real, guys. So be honest. I mean, look what happened to the Nets. They took out the defending champs, the Lakers, this past week. We all saw that. That was a finals tune-up match, if you will. And they took out the Clips last night, for sure, guys. And I'll say the Nets right now, they're the beast of the East, because they're second place in the Eastern Conference right now. Sixers are first place. The Bucks are third place. I may have said this before, or this past week. I said the Nets they can still go to the playoffs. They can secure a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals, and not only that, win the Eastern Conference Finals to the beasts of the East, other than the Sixers and the Bucks. I can have the Nets right now, main event, the NBA Finals. I don't see the Nets right. I don't see the Nets as the NBA champs. No, it is possible. It may happen. So I'm not saying the Nets are going to walk out as the NBA champs. No. I don't want to go there for a minute because the Nets are looking pretty good. And even though the Nets are a new threat, which they are a looming threat, if you will. They were to the Lakers this past week when they took them out. They were to the Clips. But the Nets right now, my goodness. You got 3 Musketeers of Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and KD, who's sitting out with the strained hammy, by the way. He'll come back for sure. But those 3 Musketeers would in fact be the 3 Kings of Brooklyn if they walk out. And here's the thing. Kyrie Irving is an NBA champ of his own. KD is a 2-time NBA champ. James Harden is not an NBA champ. Last time that everyone saw James Harden was when he was with the Thunder. I mean, at the NBA Finals was when he was with the Thunder when they took on the Heat. Even though the Heat they beat the Thunder. When we saw LeBron James, you saw D Wade, Chris Bosh, you saw Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden, by the way, with the Thunder. That's like 2011, I guess, or 2012. But I gotta tell you right now, this will be James Harden's second finals appearance. I'll tell you that. I don't have the Nets walking out as new NBA champs. No, I don't. No, I don't. Nets, they were sending a direct message, and they said to Lakers, "We're coming for that title. Come find us in the NBA Finals, if necessary." And we're going to be the 3 Kings as NBA champs, because yes, you already had a big 3 and back in the Heat when you had LeBron James, D Wade, Chris Bosh. That was good. They were 2-time NBA champs there. I mean, even though LeBron James is a 4-time NBA champ and a Finals MVP, we all know that for sure. But plus now you have James Harden, who's seeking to be a Finals champ, nor a Finals MVP if necessary. He may be MVP of his own right, but I'm not sure exactly if any. I mean, people are like lobbying the Nets to, be the beast of the East, and look, they can pick apart anybody, the Sixers or the Bucks or Raptors in these conference finals. Because I saw the Nets walking out as NBA sorry. I can have them walking out as Eastern Conference champs, Eastern Conference Finals champs, but I don't have them walking out as NBA champs, which I don't. Now, some of you are going to say, yes, the Nets are going to be able to do to the Lakers in the real thing in the NBA Finals. Others will say that, the Lakers are going to get revenge. I'll say Lakers are going to apply revenge, which they will in the NBA Finals, if they get the Nets yet again. Now, this past week was a Finals prelude, if you will, a tune-up match. And I got to say, it's going to come down to Lakers versus the Nets in the NBA Finals. And make no mistake about this, everybody. Lakers right now, they're looking forward to making a comeback because they lost like 2 games straight. Lost to the Nets, a looming threat who they get faced in the NBA Finals. Lost to the Heat, their Finals opponent who they've already taken out, even though paybacks would be for Lakers, which they found out this past Saturday, that is. And you got the Lakers. I mean, Lakers. They got the Wiz tonight, and they got the Jets who have been on a 9-game scoring tear. That's gonna be a Wild Wild West Finals tune-up match for sure, everybody. So keep eyes on that. So the Nets right now, I mean, my goodness, they're gonna be walking out NBA. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, they can still make the NBA Finals, but I'll go for the Lakers to be back-to-back NBA champs. What if for some reason the Nets they do beat Lakers in the NBA Finals? And are the Nets even could they? I mean, because the Nets they made it clear they're in pursuit of being NBA champs, which they are. So clearly, I would say to them that the Lakers are going to get some retaliation. They're going to come back. They're coming for the Nets, and when they do, I mean, if it comes on the NBA Finals, oh my goodness, all those good brothers, and that could be taken to Game 7, guys. So Lakers versus Nets is going to be taken to Game 7. Call what you want, guys. That'll be must watch everybody else. As far as Wednesday goes, guys, Lakers versus Jazz prelim matchup. They've been facing in the Wild Wild West Finals. That could be taken to Game 7 as well, guys. Everybody. So people, you can ask me exactly if the Nets are going to be able to walk out as NBA champs. You can ask me that the Nets right now are looking pretty good. You can ask me this that the Nets are going to win the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll say yes. That's my vote. Nets will win the Eastern Conference Finals, but not the NBA Finals. If they get there, because they're looking really good. They're looking really good. So how can you stop the Nets? You can't stop them. So I don't think anyone's gonna be able to stop them whatsoever. So Nets right now are looking pretty good as ever. And you can say what you want, guys, but at the end of the day, Lakers are gonna get their revenge, one or the other, guys. That's all there is you need to know, everybody. So that's to be surprising to everybody else, which they are. And Nets are eliminated, which they are, by the way. Also, there's another news that the Pelicans defeated the Celtics 120-115, where Mount Zion Williamson has scored 28 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 block. Brandon Ingram has scored 33 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Lonzo Ball scored 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Josh Hart scored 17 points, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. Jason Tatum scored 32 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and steals. Jaylen Brown scored 25 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. You had Kemba Walker over here scoring 14 points, 1 rebound, and steal, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Tristan Thompson scored 14 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Pelicans right now, I mean, my goodness, Celtics, they got destroyed by the Pelicans last night. So how the Celtics going to get back on the rebound? So let me know in the comment section about that. I will be more than happy to address the sponsors for sure, everybody. And that's all there is you need to know. So that's all there is to it for that. And, and that's something that all you guys are going to want to pay attention to. So, ladies and gentlemen, I could say that they're going to make good. They're going to make a lot of noise. And, I mean, yes, the Nets, they made a whole lot of noise after the 6-game win streak, but my goodness. Can the Mavs really put a stop to the Nets? And that's the big question you guys got to ask yourselves, guys. They got the Nets, they got the Mavs on Saturday, guys. So that'll be a good one right there. I can tell you that. That's all I got to say on that, everybody. So that's all there is you got to know for that. So how they're gonna get back. So let me know in the comment section about that. I will address sponsor shirt. Also, guys, the Raptors defeated the Sixers 110-103. Where you saw, let's see, Spicy P, Pascal Siakam scored 23 points at 7 rebounds, at 8 assists, 1 steal. Fred VanVleet here scored 23 points at 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Chris Boucher scored 17 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 3 blocks. The process Joel Embiid scored 25 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Ben Simmons has scored 28 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Tobias Harris has scored 13 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Seth Curry scored 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and a block, everybody. So the Raptors, they're looking pretty good as ever. And honestly, Pascal Siakam, he's a future MVP. He may have been the MIP, the most improved player, but he is playing like an MVP, guys. I mean, I was right about Pascal Siakam this entire time. And even though he don't disappoint, but my goodness, Spicy P, Pascal Siakam, he don't disappoint. Raptors, they're not going to be there's absolutely no way the Raptors are going to be 2-time NBA champs. That will not happen. I can tell you that right now. It will not happen. That was when you had Kawhi. I mean, last time, that was when Kawhi Leonard, Serge Ibaka, and Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet, they were NBA champs. We all remember that. But Kawhi Leonard, but Bloody Killer Kawhi Leonard is with the Clips now, and PG's there too. So honestly, that's all I gotta say on that, everybody. So Raptors, I mean, there's no way, but they can't win in the row. I mean, they're not gonna make the playoffs. So I can tell you that, though. I mean, they can make the playoffs, but they're not gonna win the Eastern Conference Finals, which they will not. I mean, I could have the Nets, by the way, walking as NBA as Eastern Conference champs, which they will be for sure. I'll tell you that, everybody. So that's all there's need to on that. Also, right here, everybody, that the Bucks defeated the Kings 120 to 115. It's another win from them. You saw that we have the Greek Freak scored 38 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Chris Middleton scored 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. Dante DiVincenzo scored 16 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. De'Aaron Fox has scored 13 points, had 1 rebound, 10 assists, 2 steals. Buddy Hield scored 13 points, 3 rebounds, and assists. Marvin Bagley, the third, scored 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block. Tyrese Halliburton scored 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block, everybody. Bucks right now looking pretty good. Both they had to go through the Nets for sure in the Eastern Conference Finals. My vote's not going to be in the Bucks. I'm going to go with the Nets because the Nets right now, oh my, knocked down the Lakers off their high horse in a finals prelude matchup. Knocked off the Clips. I mean, Nets beat both LA teams, Lakers and Clippers. So that's some really surprising news right there. But really, the Bucks right now, there's absolutely no way they're not. I mean, there would be absolutely zero chance, they would even win these guys. Although they're likely favorites, by the way, they're among the likely favorites. But I don't have the Bucks, by the way, make winning the Eastern Conference Finals. I'd rather have the Nets over the Bucks. That's what I would have right there, guys. So you can call what you want, guys, but in the end, I mean, yes, the Great Freak is 2-time MVP. We all know that, but then trouble could be looming by. So I would say that the Nets are looking pretty good, but I don't think the Bucks are going to slow down the Nets. So if it comes down to Bucks versus Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, guys, Beast of the East, hashing it out, that'll be goodness right there. Or if it comes on the Nets versus Sixers, that'll be goodness right there. So really, guys, I'm still got the Nets walking out as Eastern Conference champs, which they will be, not as NBA champs, which they will not be as well. So that could change things a lot, which it could. But I got the Lakers over the Nets, by the way, as back-to-back MVP. That's what I can have right there, guys. So Bucks, they're looking pretty good, but I don't see them as future NBA champs. Although that could happen, but even though that just won't ensue, I can tell you that. So it's all there is for that. Also, another news here I want to address here, by the way, that Deion Sanders saw Jackson State football team defeat Edward Waters, by the way, 53-zip, by the way, in a total wipeout. But during that game, items of his were stolen from the coach's office: watches, wallet, and a credit cards as well. And he says right here that the person, I think he says right here that says that the people got it back. They were stolen out of it. They were stolen out of his personal bag, his belongings. His assistant called the individual that was supposed to steal it, by the way. But the female assistant was alone. It was been some miscommunication, by the way. So the individuals got it back. And honestly, it was just awful news right there. It was really awful, though. So I mean, to have items stolen before, like during a game like that, this is ridiculous. But I'll say this: that Deion Sanders, he has a tremendous NFL career. He has, he's been a former Super Bowl champion of his own. He's a former Pro Football Hall of Famer. I mean, if he was coaching a college football team, that would be good. Or if he was coaching in an NFL team, that would say a lot, right? That would be music to everybody's ears. But oh my goodness, Jackson State defeating Edward Waters, 53-zip, right? That's pretty good. But the other one was where his items were stolen, by the way, personal stuff from his watches, credit cards, and his wallet. It's just uncalled for. So how are you gonna sort of like that? That's just not right. So clearly, I hope they arrested that perpetrator that stole the stuff. I hope they did. So clearly, something's got to be set up. Something needs to be done about that. That's what needs to be done. Also, other news here I want to address, by the way, and this is something I need to get on my chest. This concerns came in, by the way. So this camper or this high school football player out of Perkiomen Valley High School, the name J. Seth Owens, This football player said to Cam Newton, by the way, "Are you a free agent? You free agent? Is you a free agent yet? Because you about to be poor. If you were, you about to be poor." Then Cam Newton says, "I'm rich. I'm rich." Like, where your parents? No way. You cannot mention this stuff in front of a kiddo. I'm sorry. You cannot mention. I'm sorry. Oh my, not ridiculous. You cannot mention that stuff or play teaser in front of Cam Newton like that. That's the call for. Because yes, even though he had a bit of a bad season, even though he got one welcome to the Patriots, he may have had a bad season with the Patriots. Even though he didn't make the playoffs, he didn't make it get back to the Super Bowl. He didn't do that. But with like clearly, this kiddo got exposed. Made himself look like a sorry piece of trash, and he had to apologize. And clearly, this Jason Owens kiddo should be suspended, should be kicked out of the football team, has no future in college football, certainly will not, and I mean will not be a future NFL draft pick. Absolutely no chance at all. No chance. So clearly something has to be said there because look, Cam Newton commits decision of his own. I can say that right now. And honestly, this upset me. People are looking at this kid and they're going right now. This kid should be released. This kid should have no future in the NFL, no future in college football whatsoever. None. And he says right here, I want to apologize to Cam Newton, by the way, the entire organization, my coaches, for the actions, for what I said this past week in the 7-7 tournament. I didn't intend to get it as far as I did. Saying my parents, his parents never taught. His parents didn't teach him that way. It's just pathetic. Never taught me to be disrespectful. As a football player, I let my ego get the better of me, and it was a huge mistake. The miss of the moment. Realize now how a lot of you took it as disrespect, which it was, by the way. Didn't intend to humiliate and let it get the best of me, let my emotions or anyone get to me. I'm appreciative for 7-7 to even allow me to be a part of the community, allowing me to be a part of the team I'm in. I realize I can understand now this I could dictate my future as a young individual, having tough decisions, big aspirations, but I won't allow this to stop me from getting where I have to be. So again, sincerely apologize and hope I can be forgiven. All right. So is Cam Newton going to buy into that? Because really, this kiddo made a terrible mistake. He was trying to play spoiler. And Cam Newton can make decisions of his own. Yes, he's a former Auburn champ. A former Heisman Trophy winner. He's a former Super Bowl. He's a former MVP. Even though he hasn't got to, even though he never won a Super Bowl, and even though he hasn't necessarily even, let alone, help the team get back to the playoffs, nor help the Patriots get back. Because even though Cam Newton, in fact, he did have COVID. He became the COVID MVP. Everyone knows for sure, even though they didn't make back to playoffs, because the Patriots had a 7-9 or a 6-8 losing streak, 6-8, or either they're 6-8 or 7-9. And then they made back to the playoffs after they missed the playoffs after 8 years. This kiddo went below the belt, and he should be ashamed of himself. I hope this kiddo gets arrested. I hope this kiddo is released from the football team. I hope that happens. There's zero chance. You can't say this stuff on that server. You just can't do it. So if you just say this stuff in front of Cam Newton because he doesn't know what he's going to do. He doesn't necessarily know exactly when that's going to stay with the Patriots. He doesn't know that. He makes decisions for himself. All right? He is a role model. And even though he's an MVP, you cannot say his coach. You cannot do that. You cannot say to a pro athlete out there, even though it's coach the team, you can't say to a pro athlete, have you considered being free? Are you a free agent now? And if you are, you're about to be poor. The poorest part, terrible mistake. Big mistake there. Cam Newton, right there, can make decisions of his own. So that kiddo should have stayed out of harm's way, should have minded his own business, should have kept his opinions to himself. And for that, there are going to be repercussions for that, by the way. There's absolutely hold this kid's parents, ground this kid, hold this kid's parents, by the way, kick him out of the house, hold this kid's parents, discipline for what he did. It's uncalled for. So how is this kid's parents taking this? They're going to be so upset with him. The fact that you disrespected a star like that, you disrespected a pro, you disrespected a Super Bowl MVP. I'm sorry, not. Oh my goodness, I almost said Super Bowl MVP, but he's not. He's an MVP. Cam Newton can't get there, which he cannot. But if this went a little in depth, what would he say next? What would that kiddo say to Cam Newton? Why aren't you Super Bowl MVP? Why don't you make that Super Bowl? Why didn't you win a Super Bowl? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you just how come you made a big mistake? Helping the Patriots, by the way, get to help them not make it. Why did you make it back to the playoffs with the Patriots? I mean, you're arguably one of the best out there, but the fact is, if that was, someone's going to sue. You knew something was going to sue, though. So Cam Newton, by the way, can make decisions for himself. You're not going to need some piece of trash high school football star just saying stuff and blurring and playing spoiler. It's just ridiculous. That kid should be ashamed of himself. That Jason Owens kid should be ashamed of himself for saying that. It's ridiculous. Cam Newton can make sense of it, even though they got Marcus Mariota with the Patriots, by the way. So, question we need to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, for that, is Cam Newton going to consider coming back to the Patriots? Because, look, none of us even know if he's going to come back. We don't know for sure. We don't know that. So, does he have any mutual interest coming back with Belichick, by the way? Because the fact that Belichick thinks he can win a Super Bowl without Tom Brady. But look what happened this past month. Tampa Bay already made a valid point that he won a Super Bowl without Belichick. Which what he already did. And he plotted revenge on Chiefs, on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, on King Mahomes. Every night for sure. So clearly, Cam Newton can't he's a role model. He's a dad among his own kiddos. He's got a team he's got to rely on. So I'll tell you this right now. All right. Don't ever, if you're a high school kiddo right now, don't even think about going to a pro athlete and playing spoiler and saying something you should be seeing on national television, because they're not going to like it. They're not going to take it. They're not going to take comments at all. Their parents and now the other fans are looking at this kiddo right now, and they're going, this kid should be released from the football team. This kid should be banned from high school football. He should be arrested, cited, indicted. This kiddo should be kicked out of this high school football camp. No future in the college football. No future in the NFL. So clearly, I would say this. No future in the NFL. Not going to be a college football star. Ever. None. So you don't ever say that kind of stuff and play spoiler or play teaser in front of Cam Newton or some other star. That's something you just don't do. The kiddo went below the belt, got exposed on national TV. people out there watching at home, watching right now, watching around the world, all over the country, all across the world, on social media, look at this kiddo. They're saying to him, "You have no future you have no future in college football. You have no future here in high school football. You have no future in the NFL." So the coach will go, "Pack your bags, get on going, because you are hereby out of the team for good." So this kid should know better. I don't know how old this kiddo is. I know he's a high schooler though. But he's made something like a piece of trash. That piece of trash should be out the door. So that piece of trash should know better. A high school football started picking apart Cam Newton and just playing sports, saying, when are you gonna, when are you gonna be a free agent? When are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do that? When are you gonna consider the fact that you just can't win the big one? You just can't get there. And what was it? And what do you think it's gonna say? Is it gonna say that Cam Newton, you just can't win the big one, or you can't get back to a Super Bowl without Belichick, or maybe just the fact that you're not worth it anymore, or that you don't have it in you anymore, or this and that? If that kid would take it a step further, he would definitely be out of football for good. Because clearly, this kiddo, hope this kid learns his lesson. Because if in fact he got away with this stuff. If he did, his parents would just walk over there and send this kid, and they would send this kid packing. That's what they would do. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of this. I'm ashamed of this. You disrespected this kid. Disrespected, spat in the face of an MVP, of a former MVP. That's what he did. Listen stuff that he didn't win a Super Bowl, which is true, by the way. Even though he didn't made him another Super Bowl with Belichick, and how are you gonna mesh with Belichick, by the way? And look, if that went further, oh man, that kid would have hell to pay. He would have hell to pay, everybody. So call what you want, guys. But Cam Newton, he's still the GOAT. We all know that he knows he had a terrible season. He's still good, but he's gonna come back. And even though he didn't make good on us behalf, he didn't have that one vow he's gonna make. He just can't get there because Cam Newton made a vow and he insisted on Belichick to get Cam Newton back to the playoffs, to get Cam Newton back to a Super Bowl and be able to win it. The bottom line is this: that Cam Newton at some point is going to be just hanging up, or that kid would have said, "When are you going to retire?" Let Cam Newton do what he wants, when he wants, wherever he wants. It's just that simple. All right. The kiddo should have stayed out of that. All right. That kiddo is going to get what's coming to him. You can have him apprehended. You can have him cited. You can have him banned from high school football sports. You can have kicked off the team. That'll be it. So his future is in peril right now. That's it. That Jason Owens high school football star makes him look like a piece of trash, and playing spoiler to Cam Newton by that. That's ridiculous. Absolutely uncalled for. The parents looking at this kiddo and they're going, this kiddo should be kicked off the team. Should not have no future in college football, no future in the NFL either. That's it. So this kid's got no future in the NFL. That'll be right there. So that's what the parents are saying right now. They're looking at him. They're going, he needs to be released. He needs to be kicked out of the team. That's it. So that will be it right there for him. That would be it. So he would be done for. He would be out of it for now. And that kid should be ashamed of himself. And I hope that kid learns a lesson saying something about Cam. That's uncalled for. Cam is a role model, and he is an MVP, which he already is. And without showing that, he's arguably one of the ghosts there is. And even though he's had a bad season, but don't rub it. That's just rubbing a little salt in the wound right there. That's uncalled for. Like, come on, you should know better than that. You should know, but you should be ashamed of yourself. How could you? So really, Cam in the past, they'll aim to do better. They'll be back. And even though they're no longer a they're not a dynasty. People think that Cam, and even though Cam didn't make the pages a new dynasty, that was just Tom Brady, who's a 7-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time final Super Bowl MVP. Not Cam Newton. Cam Newton can't make the pages still a dynasty. No, they can't. They're no longer a dynasty anymore. That's it. Those bets are missed. We'll just hang it up. Coach's career will be over. So clearly, guys, Kiddo should never gone there. Let Cam Newton decide what he wants to do for himself. Let him decide exactly what is in store for the fans, what is in store for his team, whether or not he's going to come back to the pages, or whether or not he's going to put rewind, whether or not he's going to consider just hanging it up or not. That's what he'll do right there. Because he has intentions of being a Super Bowl champ, but he can't get back. So that's all there's I got to say on that, everybody. So I hope that kid learns a lesson. Hope he does. Also, some other news I want to address here, by the way, that the Mariners president and CEO Kevin Mathers has been released after making derogative comments about a Bellevue, Washington Rotary Club, by the way. And honestly, he should know better. This is a piece of trash. He made himself look a piece of trash in front of everybody else. And he did apologize too as well. So, be honest, the dude should know better. All right? And clearly, his comments were unacceptable. He disrespected, everyone else, this club, by the way. And to be honest, there's no excuse for it at all. And clearly, he made us a little piece of trash. That CEO, Kevin Mathers, is done for the comments that he made towards a Bellevue, Washington Rotary Club, by the way. And this is unacceptable. So that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. So he should be ashamed of himself. So honestly, guys, he should know better. So that's all there is you need to know on that, everybody. That's all there is you need to know. And there goes repercussions awaiting him for that. So that's it right there. So that's all there is you got to know, everybody. And that's also other news I want to point out, by the way, that Ryan Sanders is released as Wolves coach, by the way, after their bad season, a bad record. Chris Finch is replaced, and now the assistant Chris Finch, he's a new coach, by the way, everybody. So that's all there is you need to know on that for sure. So that's why a lot of people. I can tell you that right now. Also, another news, guys, of the Governor Murphy, by the way, of New York, is going to have MetLife Stadium for G-Men and Jets games, even Jersey Devil games, to allow 15% capacity of fans to return to all events starting on March 1st, which is next month, guys. So there's going to be isolation, fans isolated from one another. There are going to be rapid testing involved. I mean, there could be some vaccines testing and some vaccines that are being stored. I can tell you that. And honestly, hope it's not too many fans. So there's going to be less fans in there too as well. So that's all there is in there. That's going to be starting March 1st, everybody. So that's all there's in there, everybody, just for now. So that'll pretty much be surprise news. And hopefully the COVID vaccines do it all. So that's all there's need to know on that. Hopefully this can be to know for this year in 2021. That's all there's need to know on that, everybody. That's the best news out there. I can tell you that. So is it worth it? Let me know in the comment section about that. I will address them, I'm sure. Also, guys, Daft Punk music group is calling it quits after 28 years. So that's all there is need to know on that. So that's surprising news. I can tell you that. So all you're gonna know, everybody, on that, and that's surprising news right there. Making them think about that. And that's all I gotta say, everybody. So that's it there, everybody. That's all there's need to know. And yeah, that's all I gotta say for that, everybody. And yeah, surprising news right there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it right there for the Khalil House Sports World. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the Khalil House Sports World, both the YouTube channel and Facebook page, by any and all means necessary. Be sure to send me your comments, tweet your reactions. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot this. One other thing I want to pinpoint on here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you guys know this as of this past 24 hours, that former Super Bowl MVP, engaged, soon to be married, and not so back to back, and the king of the Chiefs kingdom, King Sir Patrick Mahomes, and his queen bee, Brittany Matthews, have their first mini Super Bowl MVP kiddo, or actually princess MVP, or Super Bowl MVP princess, and it is, and the real name for this princess, and they have a Princess Mahomes. That, ladies and gentlemen, will be none other than Sterling Sky Mahomes. The Princess Mahomes weighs, I think it's like 6 pounds, I guess. I think it's like 6 pounds. Yeah, 6 pounds and 11 ounces. So congrats to King Mahomes and Queen Bee, Brittany Matthews, on their first Super Bowl MVP princess, if you want. So, ladies and gents, use the hashtag GirlDadMahomes, which, by the way, he is. He's a Girl Dad Super Bowl MVP, which he is. Question when is he gonna have his Super Bowl MVP wedding? When is that gonna be? Big news to everybody. And what did he say? What did they say after that? When they had their first kiddo, which is a Super Bowl MVP Princess Sterling Sky Matthews, aka Princess Mahomes. What did Patrick Mahomes say after that? He made stuff like this. I gotta get that crown back. I gotta take it back, it's rightfully mine. I'm gonna get you a crown. I'm gonna get you a crown. I'm gonna get you a title. I'm gonna get you a title. And we are going to rebuild Chiefs Kingdom in our image. We are going to come back and be resurgent as ever. We are going. Yes, Patrick Mahomes, you can still be undefeated in regular season. You can still be undefeated in the playoffs and the AFC title games. You can still make back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. I can tell you that. But I know you got to score to settle. I know you got a rival. I know you got to. I think you got some business to tend to next season with the drunken 7-time Super Bowl champ, 5-time Super Bowl champ out of Tampa Bay area, none other than Tampa Bay, aka Tom Brady. So, yes, Chiefs, we're back next season. And come next season, ladies and gentlemen, Chiefs will take back what's rightfully theirs. Now, even though, look, it would have been appropriate if, in fact, that the Chiefs will be back-to-back Super Bowl champs, and Patrick Mahomes will be a back-to-back Super Bowl MVP right about now. But that didn't come to fruition. That vow that he's going to make, that vow would be to bring his Queen Bee, Brittany Matthews, a Super Bowl title, and to bring his mini Princess Mahomes, aka Sterling Sky Mahomes, a Super Bowl MVP title. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will say right now, the stack is stacked. Chiefs are going to go all out. They will be, and they will get revenge on Tampa Bay for what happened this past month. Now, this past month was Chiefs. Oh man, yes, I know that they got destroyed badly. They got to take their own medicine. Yes, I know for the fact that they got to take it. Yes, they did that. Tampa Bay plaza against Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Tampa Bay made a valid point of his own that he did in fact win a Super Bowl title without Bill Belichick, which he already did. And the fact that he wants to run it back to back, I don't think so. Chiefs are going to come back. Chiefs Kingdom will be in full effect next season, and the Chiefs will once again take what's rightfully theirs. They will once again kill the legacy of Tampa Bay next season, and they meet each other in 2022 for Super Bowl 56. Look out, guys! Look out! Watch out, everybody! I know, girl. You use hashtag GirlDadMahomes, Super Bowl MVP, which he is, by the way, everybody. The engaged to be married, by the way, locked and loaded, which will be. But Patrick Mahomes will come back. He'll live to fight another day. He'll strike, and the Chiefs are going to strike first, strike hard, no mercy. So next season, guys, come next season, Chiefs are going to come back. The Chiefs are going to take back what's rightfully theirs. The crown may have been taken. I know that's what's missing in that picture. That's what's missing there, everybody. But you got to realize now that Chiefs may have had a bit of a back. Nobody's not used to seeing the Chiefs get beat down like that. Nobody is. They never. I mean, they score a lot of points. Patrick Mahomes hasn't. He's outmaneuvered everybody. He's set a lot of records, which he has. He's already Super Bowl MVP, And yes, he could have been a back-to-back MVP right about now. That could have unfolded. But come next season and in 2022, Chiefs will take back what's rightfully theirs. And they have a score to settle with Tampa Bay for what they did to them. And Tampa Bay hopefully won't be that wedding crasher of a Super Bowl MVP. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen there. Oh my goodness. So Chiefs, do yourselves a favor, all right? Don't invite Tampa Bay to the wedding. Please don't. Whenever it is, the Super Bowl MVP wedding, whatever that is exactly. So, guys, Chiefs, I still get the Chiefs make a back-to-back Super Bowl appearance and have them plotting revenge. Yes, plotting revenge. And taking back what's rightfully theirs. Yes. Yes. Yes, everybody. Yes, I do. On getting revenge, Tampa Bay, and putting Tampa Bay on retirement. Yeah, they will retire Tampa Bay. It could have happened this past month. It did not. Next season, Chiefs are going to destroy and make Tampa Bay pay for the sorry sins that he committed. I mean, Chiefs didn't have a touch on that game, though. But Chiefs will come back. They'll be better to live to fight another day. That's all I'm going to say on that, everybody. So congrats to King Mahomes, Sir Patrick Mahomes, or Girl Dad Mahomes, and Queen Bee, Brittany Matthews on having their first Super Bowl princess, everybody, a.k.a. Sterling Sky Mahomes. And I got to tell you, Patrick Mahomes was saying to the kiddo, Sterling Sky Mahomes, that I'm going to win you a title. I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to take what's rightfully hours now. Yeah, we're going to build Chiefs Kingdom. We're going to build that image. And Tom Bay, if you're watching, Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs, they're coming for you. I mean, yes, they beat them in Week 12, and they lost in the Super Bowl. But Chiefs are still coming for you, Tampa Bay. Watch out. They're getting their revenge next season in 2022. Better look out, everybody. Look out. I mean, yes, Chiefs, they're still a dynasty in the AFC division, which they are. And it is true that Tom Bay himself, TB12, Tom Brady, may have made his Tampa Bay Bucks a new dynasty in the NFC for sure. So that's the big question you got to ask yourselves, everybody. So that'll be surprising news. I can tell you that right now. But the Chiefs will come back. They'll once again take what's rightfully theirs and then walk out as back-to-back Super Bowl champs in 2022 and a couple years from now. So it's next 10 years. So that's all I'm going to say to everybody. That's all I'm going to say right there. And that's all there's you need to know. And Tom Bay's been put on the shelf. It needs to retire. And Chiefs would kill the legacy of Tampa Bay next couple of years. So that's all I'm going to say to everybody. That's all there is to it for that. So congrats to King Mahomes and his Queen Bee, Brittany Matthews, on having their first kiddo. Their Princess Mahomes, Sterling Sky Mahomes, which is music to everybody. And they want their crowns back, and they want some crowns. So got a Super Bowl ring, which he does. Brittany's going to get him ring. But Sterling Sky Mahomes will look good in the crown, everybody. So, and Prince and Queen Bee, Brittany Matthews will look good in the crown, and King Mahomes, he's got his crown, but he may have lost his, but he's gonna get his back. I'll tell you that right now. So, Chiefs will come back. I still got them get revenge and walking out yet again, back-to-back Super Bowl champs. Chiefs are tied in Super Bowls, everybody. 1-1 and you lost one. All right. This might be 1-1 losing. It makes no difference. All right. That's just reality. So that's all there is, everybody. So hope they get to that. And that's going to do it. Relations for the Khalil Sports. Live subscribe to the Khalil Sports YouTube channel, Facebook page by any and all means. Everybody. What are your thoughts, your reaction, your responses on Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Matthews? We're building Chiefs Kingdom and having their first kiddo, their first Princess MVP, if you will. Sean Scott Mahomes. This is going to be a confidence booster. And we know Patrick Mahomes, he's in the Girl Dad Club. And he's also, He's known as Girl Time Mahomes, which he is, by the way. So he's gonna be a better dad, getting that crown back, which he will be doing, training, and getting revenge of Tampa Bay, which he will, and taking as rightfully his in Super Bowl 56. So that will miss everyone's ears, and that's a vow that only he and maybe Brittany Matthews and their kiddo, Sarah Scott Mahomes, can make right there. So you thoughts about that, everybody? You think that's gonna come? You think the vow's gonna come to fruition? Let me know in the comments section about that. I'll be more than happy to address it on the show, buddy. You thoughts on the Nets defeating the Clips by the way last night? You think the Nets are gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Let me know in the comments about that. I'll address it on the show. What are your thoughts on the Elimination Chamber results? You think the Miz is gonna lose his title before WrestleMania 37? By the way, everybody. And it could be Drew McIntyre versus The Miz for the WWE title at Fastlane, everybody, before WrestleMania 37. What are your thoughts about? Let me know in the comments about that. I'll just what is going to happen on tonight on Monday Night Raw. I'll just let sure about that as well. Your thoughts exactly on Cam Newton, Cam Newton, by the way, shutting down a heckler who's a player, a piece of trash high school football player, for sure, everybody. Saying that, you free agent, you must be poor. That's ridiculous. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, though. That's disrespect right there. So what thoughts about that, everybody? I'll just ensure about that's all there's need to on that. You think that the kids should be suspended, released from the football team, and had no future in the NFL, had no future college football nor the NFL? Let me know about that. It comes to I'll just ensure everybody. You think he should be sued for that? I'll just ensure everybody. And he apologized for it as well. You know, it's on this Mariners president, CEO. Let's see, what's his name? Kevin Mathis being released after making derogatory comments towards the Bellevue, Washington runaway club. With us about that, I'll just make sure that's all that you know in that. And what are your thoughts exactly? This. JJ Watt says, he says, I just go through DoorDash for an hour before finding a restaurant. Give me a second to find a team in a city. JJ Watt, time's of the essence. So did you find a city yet? So JJ Watt, I mean, he did, if you guys recall, he did get released from the Texans, for sure, which he did, which is the best decision yet, and it's a big one too, a massive game changer. And he's in pursuit of any team of his choosing. So who's going to get him? Which team in the city can he actually get? So let me know the conversations about that. And even though he still wants DoorDash, by the way, which he wants for sure. I can tell you that much, everybody. And even though, he wants DoorDash with the new team in the city. So what are your thoughts about that, everybody? I will address on sure. That's something a lot of you guys want to know. So let me know about in the conversation about that. I'll address on sure. What are your thoughts on the the Pelicans being the Celtics? What are your thoughts about that? Let me know the conversation about that. I'll address on sure. That's all there is for sure about that, everybody. And well, what are your thoughts on the Governor Murphy having 50% capacity of fans for G-Men and Jets at MetLife Stadium and Jersey Devils games? Thoughts about that? I'll just ensure that's what we thought about. What you thoughts about that? But that's all there's need to know on that, and that's all there's need to know. And that's on Jackson State defeating Edward Waters, by the way, for doing nothing, and Deion Edwards items were stolen, by the way, and they were vacated. So what are your thoughts about that? You did repercussions. You think that individual had an arrest warrant? Who the individual stole Deion Sanders' items, by the way? Thoughts about that? I'll just ensure about so there's need to know. So we'll say on that. And what are your thoughts on the Knicks defeating the Wolves, which is a feel good move for me, by the way. 103.99 with thoughts about that. I'll just ensure about so you know that. I'll be back more breaking news, trend times, live updates, Rolling Stones, and a whole lot more in the Khalil sports, with everything sports today, everything there is. That's all I gotta say. But take care, you guys. You guys have a good evening. Please stay with that. Bye bye.